Now, do you mind if I at least put it in my sheath? And put the sheath...
Go near that knife, you're going to the ground. I'll tell you that right now.
So you're going to threaten me?
Yes, I'm telling you, go near that knife, you're going to the ground.
You just earned yourself a lawsuit, stupid.
That's fine. You go near that knife,
you're about to lose your job.
That's fine.
So don't shut up. Shut the up. Shut the up.
Right now.
Shut the up. Okay. Yeah, and if you touch me, I'm going to defend myself, stupid.
Okay.
So you just cost yourself your job, dumbass.
At timestamp 5:16, the interaction spirals out of control. A citizen accuses the officer of threatening him and issues a sharp warning. Touch me and I will defend myself. Was that a criminal threat or a constitutional right to self-defense? This is more than a shouting match, it's a legal confrontation. Stick around as we unpack this explosive moment right here on ID Refusal Cops, and don't forget to support the original uploader at Disorderly Product News.
Would you mind identifying yourself, please?
I'm Deputy Stuck, 410.
410, thank you. I appreciate you not doing that, but that could have went sideways for him real quick. Because I ain't a damn suspect in no damn crime. So there, no, don't even. Because I don't, dude. You ever shit me like that again, it's going to take it as an immediate threat, and I'm going to deal with it accordingly. I ain't suspecting no goddamn crime. Yeah, you can't admit when you're wrong, can you? You forget trying to cite me because I ain't, forget trying, you can cite me, you can ticket me. I ain't got to sign nothing. I ain't got to provide ID for it. Ever touch me like that again. I already had one of your deputies assaulting me. So do you really think that's smart? And this happened last fucking month.
What?
Fucking Carver's bitch ass. Hey, he's known to crash homeless people. He watched me come out of my fucking job. Ain't come around to crash me. Ain't committing no crime. Ain't impeding traffic the way he was claiming, making it out to be. I'm sitting there hugging this line right here. Same thing. That's perfectly legal on that side. It's perfectly legal on this side with the conditions of this road. And for me to have to avoid potential danger because of it. Like I said, I've got the statute for just that.
Gotcha.
I wasn't trying to be agitated, but I'm sorry, but when you officers sit there and just reach up and I don't know what the dude. It would have been no different than y'all's reaction if somebody went and reached for your gun, your taser, whatever. You don't reach for somebody else's weapon. Now, if you want me to take it off, I'll sit there and do this and take it off with me, but you don't just sit there and just go over and just decide on yourself, just take it off of me.
Hey, yes, sir. Trooper Booth with Florida Highway Patrol.
Yes, sir.
Officer Carver's alleged physical interference and the subject's refusal to identify, recorded by Freedom Fighter, raised two clear constitutional issues: the First Amendment right to record police in public and the Fourth Amendment limits on stops, searches, and seizures. Federal appellate decisions recognize that citizens may film officers performing public duties subject to reasonable time/place/manner limits. Seizure or arrest without cause can violate the Fourth Amendment. Fact pattern analysis. The speaker repeatedly states he is not a suspect, accuses an earlier deputy of assault, and objects when an officer reaches toward him or his property. Conduct that can transform a consensual encounter into a seizure only if officers have reasonable suspicion. If Officer Carver removed or touched the subject's knife or property without lawful justification, that may be unlawful interference. Terry v. Ohio explains when stops and frisks are permitted under the Fourth Amendment. Actionable guidance. Remain calm. State you are recording. Ask, am I free to leave? Do not consent to a search. Document officer identifiers, e.g. 410 request, a supervisor, and preserve footage for complaints or SS 1983 claims. Courts increasingly protect recording. Officers who seize phones or property risk constitutional claims.
You got ID or driver's license on you?
I think he still got it.
Hey, yes, ma'am. You got your visa insurance company? Got that? You the registered owner? Okay.
I'm sorry, what was that? Okay, thank you.
You mind stepping over? You mind hanging out over there while I talk with her for a second?
Not that I have to, but yeah, I don't mind. You're a little more professional than this one. But future reference, you ask somebody, can you disarm somebody? Okay? I have PTSD and I have, so you don't just reach at me. Okay? I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help your department keep their officers. You're already going to be losing enough officers as it is. Plus a sergeant.
Freedom Fighter openly discloses that he suffers from PTSD and autism and firmly warns officers not to reach toward him without consent. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, law enforcement must make reasonable accommodations during interactions with individuals with known mental or cognitive impairments. Sudden physical gestures or disarmament without notice can trigger panic or trauma, potentially violating the Fourth Amendment's protections against unreasonable seizures and the ADA's anti-discrimination provision. His statement, "You don't just reach at me," underscores a lack of informed, trauma-sensitive policing. If Officer Carver or any deputy attempted to disarm him without clear legal justification or awareness of his condition, that could constitute excessive force or misconduct. Legally, officers must balance safety with constitutional and statutory limits. Citizens should calmly disclose relevant conditions, document officer behavior, and request a supervisor if they feel unsafe. Police training must evolve to respect mental health disclosures, especially during non-criminal stops.
Now, do you mind if I at least put it in my sheet? And put the sheet...
Go near that knife, you're going to the ground. I'll tell you that right
So you're gonna me?
now. Yes, I'm telling you, go near that knife, you're going to the ground.
You just earned yourself a lawsuit, stupid.
That's fine. You go near that knife,
You're about to lose your job.
That's fine. You can
So don't shut up. Shut the f up. Yeah, and if you touch me, I'll defend myself, stupid.
Okay.
So you just dumbass. Yeah, okay. You don't give a fuck about people. You give a fuck about your stupid ass and covering your own crimes up. I can go near that knife. You shoot me, you touch me, you're gonna go to jail. You got no crime. You can't tell me to go near my goddamn knife. That ain't your motherfucking property.
And was you riding that bike or was you pushing it?
Riding it. You're the smarter one, sir. You're not making no fucking threats. So the more you make threats, the more you dig in your own grave. So watch your fucking mouth. Stupid over here threatening me. You know, you came in this officer's car. Wanted to make threats of violence against me, unlawfully disarming me. You know the only reason why you took it off of me is because I let you, stupid. You better start getting through your head. You don't know what you're with. So you need to stop grabbing people. You ain't got no crime, you ain't got no jurisdiction. Minute.
freedom fighter's verbal escalation reflects a perceived violation of both property rights and bodily autonomy. His repeated warnings, "If you touch me, I'm gonna defend myself," highlight a core legal tension. When does self-defense become legally justified against a law enforcement officer? Under Graham v. Connor, 490 U.S. 6391989, any use of force by police must be objectively reasonable based on the threat level. However, Tennessee v. Garner, verse 371 USA 1 1985, also restricts deadly force unless there's definite probable cause of a severe threat. If Officer Carver or others disarmed him without reasonable suspicion or proper corrodes, they may have exceeded legal authority, violating the Fourth Amendment. The citizen's proximity to a knife adds legal complexity, but unless he brandished it or threatened imminent harm, his possession alone does not justify force. Best practice: verbally assert rights, record all actions, do not reach for weapons, and request supervisory review. Emotional outbursts may be human, but they complicate lawful claims if force escalate.
Over there. Unlawful threats. Next threat will be his on his. So step away from my backpack. Because if you touch my again, I will defend it.
I got a floor jack in my car. I might try to jack it up real quick just to get the bike out. And I can get her on her way.
Guess what? You get back in that car, and I will go towards my knife, and you can't do nothing about it then. But don't ever put your hands on me again. That's your first and your only warning. Because if you ever go for my weapon, it'll be the last time you ever do. I can guarantee, son. Quit digging your hole deeper. And don't ever touch me again.
Stop. That's enough.
That's stupid.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, I see the counselor found a way into the video.
Enough!
I'll stop when his bitch ass quits
Stop
his hands.
now! Enough! 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 Over here.
I'm listening.
Can I hang out over here real quick?
Still getting illegal orders. I'm stopping right here.
Kevin, get over here with me.
He's good.
I don't need your permission to be good.
Shut up! I need you to come over here now.
Freedom fighters' repeated warnings, "Touch my property again, I will defend it," and threats to retrieve a knife if officers persist, turn a property dispute into a potential use of force performing public duties. Officers may record police performing public duties. Officers who seize recordings or interfere risk constitutional violation. Any physical disarmament or touching of the subject's backpack or knife by Officer Carver must meet Fourth Amendment standards. Seizures and use of force must be objectively reasonable. Per Graham v. Connor, Terry v. Ohio permits limited stops when officers have reasonable suspicion, but it does not license arbitrary disarmament absent specific danger. If Carver lacked reasonable suspicion or private claims, his actions could support a SS 1983 claim for unlawful seizure or excessive force. Practical steps: keep recording, verbally state disability/status if relevant, avoid reaching for weapons, document officer identifiers. Officer Carver's conduct throughout this encounter borders on constitutional overreach. His physical interference, possible disarmament attempts, and lack of de-escalation show poor adherence to both Fourth Amendment standards and ADA compliance. His performance merits a D. Meanwhile, freedom fighter, though emotionally reactive, consistently asserted his rights, cited legal principles, and resisted unlawful interference without initiating violence. His conduct earns a B, noting that emotional escalation, though understandable, can undermine legal clarity. Key law. The First Amendment protects the right to record public officials. Fourth Amendment prohibits unreasonable searches, seizures, and use of force. ADA requires officers to accommodate known mental health conditions. Know your rights, remain calm, ask if you're free to leave, never consent to searches, and request a supervisor when necessary. For full legal breakdowns and real case education, subscribe to ID Refusal Cops and support the original footage by Freedom Fighter featured on Disorderly Product News. Your awareness is your defense.